22nd. This is Steve.
This is Danny.
And this is Tyler.
Going to go with Bob Cool as our driver of the week. Bob was just in here. He does one of the team runs out of Moreno Valley. Bob, originally, August 2006 is when he started with CPC. He was here in the yard, went to Eloy. That was after that, right? Yeah, he went to Eloy.
Yeah.
Then he left for about a year. Then he came back, moved back to Moreno Valley. So he's been doing the team run for us ever since then. For our new hires, Wednesday, I think, Pedro Barajas. And I think there'll be another driver named Gabriel Calderon. I'm trying to get him to start by Thursday, Friday. We'll see how that goes. He's already been through orientation, so he can start whenever. He's just seeing if his current job is just not even going to work him. So let's go to birthdays. Just one this week, Eric Bolanos on June 21st. So happy birthday, Eric. For anniversaries, we got Jesus Cabral hitting 17 years on June 19th. And Richard Valentine at 20 years on June 22nd. Wow, 20 years. So happy anniversary to those two. I forgot to mention Jesus is in Buckeye and Richard Valentine is here in Moreno Valley. Let's go to the weather for Los Angeles. Looks like it's a little warm, so 70, high 70s, and then getting into the 80s at the end of the week, Friday and Saturday. Looking forward to that?
Yeah. I mean, 70s and 80s, it ain't too bad.
For Las Vegas, over 100. Oh, wait, there's 196 in there on Tuesday. Besides that, very hot, 0% chance of rain, and sunny all week long. If we go to Phoenix, over 100. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, looking at 111, 115, 114. No chance of rain and, no clouds, sunny. So continue on with the hydration and doing all the things we previously talked about staying cool. Look at Salt Lake. We got 80s, low chance of rain, going to the 70s beginning of the week, and then back into the 90s for Thursday, Friday, and a 96 on Saturday. So very warm in Salt Lake also. Let's go for look at our injuries for the week. We had a driver that apparently some dish soap, broke, got on some boxes. It got on his hands. He ended up kind of wiping it in his eye. Tyler, do you want to chime in here?
Yeah, I mean, that one's more of a straightforward one. I mean, the only tip I'd really have for that, I mean, I've seen some guys. I mean, that's a bad situation. But everybody knows with these trailers, there's days you're going to get busted detergent, days you're going to get busted soap. We've had guys, reach up and there's Drano up there and that spills in their face. So just a reminder for all you guys, you never know what's on top. You never know if it's busted. I tell guys all the time, make sure always, when you grab those totes, if you're grabbing boxes up high, always tilt everything away from your face so it doesn't come down at your face. In this situation, it was especially with the heat, he's trying to wipe sweat and got it into his eye. So what I remind guys is, don't touch your face if you're still wearing gloves. One, always wear gloves. And two, don't touch your face if you're still wearing the gloves. Take them off, then wipe your face. What I've seen some guys do is they'll use one of the straps until they need it at the very end. They'll put a strap on in the trailer and hang a sweat towel right there. So they just use that sweat towel, wipe all the sweat off their head so they don't actually have to touch their face. That could work for you as well.
Yes, I used to take a towel with me when it was hot. Of course, in Wisconsin, it doesn't get hot like here, but it can still get very warm. But yeah, definitely. Danny, what do you do? You take a towel? You take extra gloves? What do you?
Steve, all I can say is I rarely break a sweat now. Maybe because of my experience.
Are you kidding me?
That's what I can say.
More water
I don't
serious?
carry towels. It has to be over 100. I break a little sweat. Nothing that a little bit of water can cool you down. But no, I haven't had no issues with that. But I mean, like Tyler says, carry carry a towel, or even one of those rolls of paper towels, and those waters come in handy too. You wash it off right away. You don't want that soap burning your eyes.
Yes, definitely. Let's go to accidents. We didn't have any accidents. We still get unreported damage. If you use a truck or trailer and you see something on it, just take that picture, because we just have no choice but to go to the last person that didn't report the damage and pin it on them. We don't like doing that, but we got to do it. If you got something, take a picture. Let's go to Smart Drive. Tyler, I'll leave this up to you.
So for Smart Drive, we didn't have too many crazy ones this week. The bulk of them that came through that kind of stuck were following distance, less than 1 second. So one thing I'm always reminding guys of, 1 second is nowhere near enough. I mean, it's just not allowing you guys time to brake in time. Remember when you're moving at those especially freeway speeds, if you're 0.6 seconds behind a car, think about how quickly it's going to, or how long it takes to stop your truck, especially if you're loaded. It takes more than 1 second. Not to mention, you have to consider the time, it takes your brain to recognize that you need to brake, the time it takes your truck to actually respond to the fact that you're braking. Then you have the sheer weight of that tractor actually trying to brake. So 1 second it's very dangerous. So that was definitely the spike this week was following distance less than 1. And you gotta have, we say 6 to 8 on the freeway, and remind everybody anything less than 3 is going to flag you in the cameras. You gotta make sure you're keeping above 3 seconds at the minimum. But I also want to start giving some shout outs. I feel like I'm always so negative on the Smart Drive. I I see a lot of bad videos, but I also see a lot of great videos. So I want to start, shouting out guys who did a great job on Smart Drive. So this week I wanted to give props to Virgil. He's one of the drivers out of Vegas. He had a close call right there on Harley Knox where honestly, I'm not sure if it was a scammer or a person just not paying attention. I'm not sure what was going on, but he's cruising down Harley Knox. Another car just out of nowhere decided to come to a 0 mile an hour just in the middle of Harley Knox. No red light, nothing, no reason to be stopping. Came to a 0 and then just swerved into his lane right at him. Luckily, Virgil was paying attention. He left himself an out, and he was able to dodge him. Kept on rolling, no issues. But just goes to show you, it's what happens when you don't care. It's what happens when you keep your head on a swivel. You leave yourself an out, and you're paying attention. So great job, Virgil.
Wow, that sounded like it was might have been a little scary.
Oh yeah, it was a close one. I actually called him because I couldn't get the side camera. I had to verify it didn't touch. It was definitely a close one.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if it was a scammer. That's just speculation. But we've had problems with that before, especially on my last account. We've had guys in San Bernardino who that's their 9 to 5 is they go out and purposely try to get into accidents and get injured. One of the guys we had an incident with on my last account, he was actually making YouTube videos, YouTube tutorials, and posting them on how to get into accidents and how to get paid for it. So those people are out there, and unfortunately, that's something you gotta watch out for.
Scammers, they're everywhere. Dan, did you ever have to deal with the scammer?
I had a few drivers. I think it was last week out there in La Habra. This guy decided to make a U-turn from the left lane where I was at, and he decided to slow down real quick and did a U-turn. I mean, I did honk at him, hey man, come on. But he, there was a center divider. He could have got in the center divider to make that U-turn, but he decided to make it from the left lane.
Ooh. Take a second here to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. That's tomorrow. So, you got any big plans tomorrow? Yeah.
No, my daughter's making me some ceviche. She asked me what I wanted. I told her what I wanted. So they're working on it right now.
She's making you what?
Ceviche, seafood. Hispanic seafood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never had it.
No, you got to try it. There's several places out here in Moreno Valley.
I'll have to give that a try. Let's see here. One thing that Walgreens Trans Service wanted us to bring up is, so we've had a lot of radiator breakdowns the past couple months here. I think there's been like 10 of them. Obviously, that's the truck has to be towed. This drivers stranded on the side of the road for hours, waiting, things like that. So they're trying to find out what is causing all these radiators to fail. So what they're asking is when, if it happens to you, they're asking if you could take some pictures of where it occurred. Of course, if it's hot, if it's not safe, you don't have to do that. And then, to write something up about what happened so they can try to get to the bottom of what is the issue with these radiators. So just go to announcements. We still have the Luma training. There's, I think, about 12 people left that haven't done it. So we really need to get this done. The next option is, like, if you don't do it, we'll have to take you off of dispatch until you get it done. That's typically what happens. So there's also the 2024 scheduled wages and working conditions email went out from Beacon, and that's to read it and sign it. And that's all I have for the week. You got anything, Danny?
No, not today. That's it.
Yeah. Tyler, you got anything?
No, nothing for me. Just want to say Happy Father's Day to everybody. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Everybody with children out there.
All right.